Okay, welcome everyone. There's still a few seats if you want to take a little bit of a rest. I won't talk for long, but I just want to welcome everyone to this celebration. I want to say thank you for coming, and this is really to celebrate what we've accomplished together. And I want to say thank you to the Legion for allowing use of this hall tonight. It's a great location, and thank you for all the good things you do in the community. Thank you to the Lakefield Youth Unlimited volunteers who are serving. If you saw them in their tuxedo t-shirts around, they did a super job, and I really appreciate what they've done. And some friends have pitched in, and thank you to them for overseeing some of the food prep. So I won't speak for long, but there are a few things I need to say. Since I announced my retirement in February, it's been like an ongoing farewell tour. It really has been fun. It's been a great way to, people have said kind words. They've spoken to me in person, on social media, and at many events that I go to, and all of council. We're out there at many events all the time. But it has been a farewell tour that needs to come to an end. All good things need to come to an end at some point. And that's why the only speech tonight is from me, and it is a thank you speech. So those are the ground rules, and I set them quite a while ago. But I hope you've enjoyed seeing just a few of the photos. These are some that I'll speak to, but I pulled off a couple hundred photos that we had rolling there, and I literally have thousands of photos on my computer, not including the ones that are in a box. Back in the days when I started, where you took your film to the drugstore and you actually waited for them to develop it, and then you had hard copy of the photos. So I've got a project in retirement, just archiving all of those. But I hope you got to see yourself maybe in some of those photos. I wanted a selection of some of the fun events in the community, some of the many council events, some of the many community events, and just all the great friends and acquaintances that I've made. And I said to Angie the other day, I can't believe how many mascots there are in our township. I seem to have my picture taken with a lot of them. But some of my colleagues on county council are retiring with many, many more years of public service than I have, and some are here this evening. But I just wanted to I want to do a shout out to the calendar girls. We've got a couple calendar girls here. Wave, calendar girls. Thanks for coming. For those of you, it was a great project. It was a great fun project to be involved in that calendar. It was a great fundraiser. We raised about $200,000, and it helped people out during that very stressful time after the 2004 flood. And a lot of people didn't realize that many homes in Woodland Acres in Selwyn Township were flooded. The basements were a mess, and so the money went to help them, as well as people in the city and a few in Dummer, and I think even Autonomy. Now, for those of you, and some of you have said, what calendar? You're new to the community, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I brought a copy, it's at the back on the table, and you can see 18 months of wonderful women, and there's a story behind every photo. They were great photos. So, I'm just gonna check my notes here. I just want to say, though, that it has been an honor and a privilege, and I keep hearing those words at my colleague retirement events that I go to this last week and into the future. The words honor and privilege, I think we always use in order to describe what it's like to serve as an elected official. And for 21 years, It's given me the opportunity to meet so many people and to learn so much, not just about this community, but about so many things that I needed to learn about. You become a real generalist. You're not a specialist in this business, that's for sure. But I want to say it all starts with the community. The community has to have a vision. What kind of leadership do they want? And what happens? The election happens, and then you end up with a council. And then the council decides on policies and budgets, but then the staff make it all happen on a day-to-day basis, day in and day out. They work very, very hard. And councils do come and go, but it's the staff, the community groups, and the volunteers that do carry on. So since 1998, I've had the opportunity to serve on many councils, committees, and boards, and I certainly appreciate the contributions of all of my colleagues over the years, the work that they've done with me on those councils, committees, and boards. And I want to express my appreciation to all the staff of those councils, committees, and boards. Your professionalism and your hard work day in and day out. And a special thank you to the Warden of the County of Peterborough for a few more days, Joe Taylor, for giving me the opportunity to serve as the Deputy Warden for the past 2 years. It's been an honor to represent the county in that way. It's just been a great opportunity to go to many events in the county and the city on behalf of the Warden and all of County Council. As well as the Township and County Councils, I also sat on the Lakefield Police Services Board for 1 year in 1998. Then I sat on the Peterborough Lakefield Police Services Board for 14 years, the Drinking Water Source Protection Committee for 8 years, Peterborough Public Health for 8 years, and I sat for 6 years on the Municipal Property Assessment Corporation as a representative of all municipalities in Ontario. So you can see that the work goes on way beyond the borders of Selwyn Township and the experience and the opportunities and the people that I meet. But I want to say that being mayor over the past 8 years, I've had a tremendous opportunity to be an ambassador for Selwyn Township and the county, both locally and during Al and I, where is Al? There's Al. During our international travels, it's been great to be able to tell people about Selwyn and the county. And nationally, I've been able to meet councillors from all across the country at the Federation of Canadian Municipalities conferences. And it's just so beneficial in the work that we do to be able to get out there and meet people, hear what's happening in other parts of the country and other parts of Ontario for that matter. I'm proud of our joint council meetings with Curve Lake First Nation and Trent Lakes Township, and I know we have a representative, Councillor Gary Williams is here. Where is Gary? There he is, way at the back, from Curve Lake Council. What happens is in our joint meetings, we share we're building relationships and planning for the future. We're sharing information. Well, there's always been a great relationship, community to community, but this is council to council as well. Staff. Chief Williams and Mayor Matthews, who's here. I know she's here somewhere, or she was. Anyway, for their leadership in those joint council meetings. We now have a new economic development project on the go. And this is an even bigger group: Selwyn Township, Curve Lake First Nation, Hiawatha First Nation, Autonomy South Monaghan Township, the County of Peterborough and the Kawarthas Economic Development. And I would say it's one of the most exciting projects I've ever been involved in, if not the most. I've learned so much, we're all learning, and we're setting a course for the future economically for the prosperity of our next 7 generations. And in your role as councillor and mayor, what you do really, you're being present with the community. There are happy times and there are sad times. And I had the pleasure of attending 2 100th birthday parties this summer. And what a neat experience that was. So as we do our work, we know not everyone agrees with us, but I think we know that we all work respectfully, and I think this community feels that that's a really important part of how we do our business as a township and a county. So yesterday at the last council meeting, I turned for some wise words to some fortune cookies. I hope you don't mind. But I had a fortune cookie that I read out at my 2010 campaign kickoff, and I thought it kind of capsulized my feelings. To love what you do and feel that it matters, how could anything be more fun? So that kind of said it all. And then about a week ago, I opened a cookie and the fortune said, change is not merely necessary to life, it is life. So there you go. That's what we're doing tonight and this week. We're seeing change. I want to say congratulations to Mayor-elect Andy Mitchell, who is here at the back. Deputy Mayor Sherry Senes is here. Councillor Donna Valentine is here, over here. And Councillor Anita Locke with her camera is here. I want to say to you all that as well, there were some folks who were successfully elected, and I've seen a couple of them tonight, that you really do have a new and exciting term ahead of you, and I really do wish you well. I certainly look forward to leisure time and traveling with Al, and our adult children are in Jennifer's in Halifax, Graham's in Edmonton, and Laura's in Toronto, and so it's pretty tough for them to get home. They do once in a while. I've got some pictures up here just to prove that I do have family. So on the top, you can see all of us in our canoeing gear with our life jackets, etc. I think that was Eels Creek we did a couple of years ago. And that's Jennifer, Al, Jennifer, myself, Laura, and Graham. And this is one of the things I will be doing lots of, and I love to do, is cross-country ski at the Fourth and Nordic Trails, and that's a picture of Laura and I up there about a year or so ago. And finally, the picture down here is the spring. Al and I picked up a new canoe. It's 37 pounds, is it, Al? And so that's perfect weight for us at our age, even though I don't do the carrying of the canoe, for portaging and being able to have some great time out there in the outdoors. We live in a beautiful area, and I just look forward to being out in the county of Peterborough. So, I certainly need to say, though, that I'll still be in the community and an ally for good causes, and we know there are many good causes. But I couldn't do this alone. Al's been on this journey with me, and he's always supported me, and I thank you for that, Al. Thank you so much. Wow. So, I just want to say now is a time for you folks to visit, enjoy some more refreshments, share a few memories. It's interesting, when I gave my speech at council last night, I guess it jogged a few memories of some staff. We get so busy in life, sometimes it is hard to look back and remember things. But I want to say thank you so much for coming this evening. Please enjoy. Safe travels.